I'd rather be rich and no one knows who I am. Different set of benefits and drawbacks. Getting clear on why you even want to have the success that you want. If you don't have a plan for it, most likely a lot of it will be wasted. Once I have it, then I'll figure out what to do with it. No, what will you do with it? And then you'll have it. So whatever your number is right now, it's probably double. I'd rather be rich and no one knows who I am. Different set of benefits and drawbacks. There's still benefits and drawbacks. They're just different. So then you reevaluate and you're like, hey, this would be cool. And it's kind of funny. Like, I'm not saying I'm rich and famous by any means, but at the Magic convention and, certain events and stuff, it kind of feels like that for a day or two where it's like everyone's saying hi and want a picture and so on and so on. And it's intense. Like, I'll be honest, like it's super intense. Like it's very draining, lots of energy. I feel like overwhelmed, overstimulated. I'm looking every different direction. I got my head on a swivel. I'm trying to be present. Plus, sometimes I'm with my family. It's full on. And so after 2 or 3 days of that, like I'm so grateful it doesn't continue. But certain people like that are actually rich and famous for real, you can't turn it off. That's why a lot of these people have massive mansions and compounds and things because they want to have every single thing that they enjoy at home. So they never leave. Because if they go for lunch or try to go to Starbucks for coffee, it's this whole big thing, right? So, anyway, doing that and getting clear on why you even want to have the success that you want. What is it for, right? Whether it's rank, it's money, it's income, it's freedom. If you don't have a plan for it, most likely a lot of it will be wasted and you won't ever achieve the real true level that you could because it's just like it's backwards, right? It's like once I have it, then I'll figure out what to do with it. No, no. What will you do with it? And then you'll have it. Is making sense for everybody? And the thing that's so cool about this is it doesn't mean that you have all the answers, and it doesn't mean that whatever you're choosing today is exactly what you have to do with it once you have the money or whatever. You can still adjust it, you can still change your mind, you can still edit it, but having some kind of a plan is necessary for you to attain it versus the, I don't know, like we'll see, and having no context, right? You got to have context. Even like another really great example is yachts and jets. Okay. So I'm kind of on the fence whether I want those things or not. Part of me is like, I think it'd be cool. And the other part of me is like, there's a whole backside of cost, maintenance, benefits, drawbacks, all this kind of stuff where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if that's in my cards for it to be worth it for me, right? So I'm on the fence for that. But if I did, I would have to know everything about it, right? Because people just think like they got to save up to buy the thing, and that's just like one small piece of what it actually takes on the back end of full-time staff, maintenance, the cost of fuel, which as we all know has gone up pretty fast in the last month and it's affecting people. Imagine now you were flying internationally on your private jet and your fuel budget or whatever you want to call it went up 30%. Damn. Like shit, like selling this plane, I'm done. So certain people is like they run into these problems or whether it's certain like staff, right? Like I have like 20 people on payroll in my life. I never thought about that when initially, but it allows me to buy back my time. And so that's all factored in to my expenses and my income. Where before, when I was first getting going, it was just like, this is how much I need to pay my bills. I wasn't thinking about any other bills or other things. So get clear on the number. If your goal is to make 20,000 per month, and that includes the things that you want to have, where you want to live, type of food, education, like very like your immediate family, like your spouse and your children, and that's all, then you probably need to double it just so you now have support, staff, nanny, house manager, landscaper, other things to allow you to have the space to enjoy that lifestyle. Otherwise, you're expanding, you have more income, you have more cool stuff, but you're overwhelmed managing it all by yourself. And then you kind of go crazy. That's why a lot of people that have more are less happy because it's too much on their plate at any given time. So there's this whole other world to it to balance it out. So whatever your number is right now, it's probably to achieve the level of lifestyle you really want is probably double. Just to be completely honest with you. If it's 10K, you probably need 20K. If it's 20, it's probably 40. 40 is probably 80. And that includes like other hidden costs, hidden expenses, taxes, other things like that. So I'll pause there and I'm going to get into the questions and then we can talk a little bit at the end to wrap up this final call. Let me know in the chat if this was valuable to you to think a little bit bigger much sooner, to prioritize the things that truly matter in your life in a snapshot in these micro frequencies, daily, weekly, etc. To document your story more often on video, even if it was just for yourself and you're not posting it on social media. It's important that you do this because it's priceless the further and further and further you get from the moment, right? Even family holidays, especially as kids are growing up, right? Like we're all as young as we're ever going to be. So one of the things that's been super important to me is having these trips and these experiences with my family where as I look back on the pictures and the memories and the videos and things like that, they become infinitely more valuable as time passes. Even though at the time when we did them, maybe it was a little stressful, maybe we had a lot going on, and it would have been easier to cancel the trip or like not go on it at all and whatever. But it's like in hindsight, I'm so grateful that we did because it becomes this memory that's like priceless long term. So that's the same as you sharing your feelings and stuff, whether it's in a written journal or a video journal. I think video is even more powerful than writing just because it really captures like how you look, how you sound, your emotions, your body language. Just it's more of a full picture as opposed to just writing. But either way is fine as long as you're documenting it. I think is super powerful and super important. And then the last thing that we kind of got into was around all the steps that you can do for free to get more clear on what you want and then going and actually actively pursuing those things, like just pretending that you have it, the money already, and researching stuff. Like here's another example. Let's say you've always wanted to go on a trip somewhere, a safari in Africa or to Bora Bora, or I don't know, just different really cool, unique things that are available on this earth. And people have it on their screensavers, right? Picture of a beautiful place, for example, like the mountains in Bora Bora is a common screensaver people have. But it's like, have you ever looked into what it would take to go there? How many hours it would take for you to fly from where you live to arrive there? Which hotel would you stay at? How much does that cost per day, per night? What are your flights? All this stuff. Now, if you did that research and you're like, okay, it's $50,000 for a week. Damn. Now all of a sudden you got a number associated with the dream, attached to the vision. And now you can actually aim for that, right? You can be like, okay, in the future, I'm going to go do this trip on my 40th birthday, 50th birthday, or when I hit dash three or whatever it is. You can now attach to it, but it has more depth to it as opposed to what happens to a lot of people is they say they're going to go on their 40th birthday or 50th birthday. Then all of a sudden they're about to turn 50. They Google, I'm ready to book my trip to Bora Bora, and they get sticker shock. Oh yeah, I guess we're going to Boston Pizza down the street, not Bora Bora. Happens to a lot of people because they have no context. They have no idea because they never looked into it. So look into it all the way until that final little detail that matters so much, which is you got to pay. But everything up until the pay part, know what it is. And it's so inspiring. It's so enlightening. And it also removes a lot of the fears around this kind of stuff because it becomes real. And in some cases, you think it's a lot more than it really is also. There's people that have a number that is not even rooted in reality attached to certain things that they want in their life, only to find out, oh, I could have had this already if I knew what the actual number was. Like, for example, a house cleaner coming once per week or something like this. People think it's a crazy big number when it's actually not that much. It just depends, once again, frequency. Are they coming for 3 hours once a week or 8 hours, 5 days a week? Like our house managers coming full time. Obviously, that costs more than somebody who came once per week for a few hours. But even then, that support and help, the frequency is less. Get in the habit of that as soon as you can. Have someone come and do a deep clean on your house once per week, once every 2 weeks, once per month. Have someone supporting you with these time consuming things